guess what? It's week number 4 for that beast. Yep, my PM 4000 Yamaha 60 channel mixing board is ready to track a song. So we've got to try to track a song. I want to go through all the preamps and make sure they all work before I get musicians in here. And in order to do that, I got to track a song. I'm going to use as many preamps that are in the board as I can. 100%. I'm going to run my Logic instruments out and back in. All my guitars are mic'd through the PM 4000 preamps. Vocals, bass, everything is going in through that PM 4000. I got to make sure, number one, that everything works. And number two, I want to see what kind of vibe we get out of that beast. So far, I'm loving it. I mean, the thing sounds as big as it is. It sounds freaking huge, and I'm excited. Let's get on with it. Hi. Welcome back to my studio. I'm Studio Hermit Ed. And I was thinking the other day, back in the old days when the big bands did arenas, I guess they still do some, but the day before the band got there in their fancy buses, a bunch of rum-dums would pull in, and they were called roadies. And the roadies and the sound guys, they would show up the day before. And a light guy, and they had to set up all the trusses, all the speakers, if they had flying aerials, they had to set up all this stuff. It's a lot of work. I mean, it's exhausting. So these guys, they would unload sometimes 10 tractor and trailer loads of equipment and set it all up. And then they had to make sure it all worked. The sound engineer wanted to get a sound check. The light guy wanted to make sure his lights were all going to work when the band got up there on stage. So the roadies had to get up and they had to play a song. And if you happen to be lucky enough, that day before the big show, you got a pretty good show. Some of them roadies put on a pretty good show, as a sound check. Well, that's what I got to do today. I got to do a sound check. Before a band comes in the studio, when they walk in, they expect everything in here to work. I'm in rural western Pennsylvania, and some of these people are doctors, lawyers. I got a high school or a elementary school principal that comes in, and I work with him. And when they bring their bands in, I got to be ready. So I have to play a song. Now, I think I've got everything wired up on my giant new board, and I'm going to use this side for tracking. This side will be used for mixing. But I've got all my channels into my Mo 216A, and I can record all 16 channels at once into my little Mac Mini Pro back there. And but I've got to do a sound check now. So if you'll bear with me, I got to play a little song for you. This song is called The Land of Opportunity. I wrote it one day when I was pissed at the government. Yeah, we all have those days, don't we? When we look at the taxes they take out of us. So this is the land of opportunity. First they raise the minimum wage, then they export all the good jobs. So that a man can't support his family. And working 40 hours a week, that's just a dream. 'Cause it takes about 80 just to live in poverty. While the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, that's all I see. Living here in the land of opportunity. Yes, I'm living here in the land of opportunity. Yesterday I met a politician. He said, I need to ride my bike to work and save the gasoline for his future. And as he got into gas limousine on the way to his private jet. Well, I just smiled at him and gave him the finger. 'Cause the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, that's all I see. Living here in the land of opportunity. Yes, I'm living here in the land of opportunity. Sent my son off to war to die in some foreign land with the promise of that cheap gasoline. And as he laid his head down to rest, to die in dire poverty, while that politician lined his pockets with blood and sweat from you and me. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer, that's all I see. Living here in the land of opportunity. Yeah, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, that's all I see. Living here in the land of opportunity. Yes, I'm living here in the land of opportunity. I think the American dream got repossessed today. Okay, hey, everything seemed to work. I guess we're ready for a band, huh? I'll call them and tell them they can come in next, maybe. Maybe we'll get one in here pretty quick, huh? Yeah, I think everything's going to work for us. This giant board is ready for operation. These boards came out in 1992, and it was kind of unique at the time, you know. But hey, they call these boards the 57. It's like a Shure 57, you know. Nothing fancy, but boy, I love my 57 microphones. I absolutely love them. So, I think I need to put new strings on my guitar. They're buzzing a little bit. Yeah, but I guess I'm the guitar tech too. Hey, that's enough for today. I'm Studio Hermit Ed. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure and subscribe. Get the updates for when we do get a band in here. I'm working on it. And till then, we'll see you in the next one. Yeah, I know.